Hi everyone, my name is Michelle Chan. I'm here to take you through possibly your first yoga class. Whether you're brand new or you're a little rusty and you want to get back into it, I'm here to show you maybe 30 to 40 minutes of a very beginner yoga class. So if you've never exercised before, make sure you talk with your doctor, get permission that you're A-OK, and just truly honor yourself. If anything feels painful, back up. You never want to force anything with yoga, and just really hone in on the breathing. So let's get started, everybody. Come on to your back. Just lie down. Start to hone in on the breath. And just pretend there's a balloon right in the belly. So as you breathe in, the ribs expand all the way into the rib cage, the base of the skull. With that exhale, let's pull the belly into the spine. Just get present. Just really hone in on the breathing. See if you can't lengthen each breath. So let's set some type of intention for our practice today, whatever that means to you. Maybe you just want to get through this beginner class. Maybe you want to be free of back pain. Let's just really set some type of intention for the next few minutes here. We're just going to unplug, release that outside world, that list of things to do, and just smooth out the breath. So we'll seal the lips and breathe solely through the nose, back to the base of the throat. Create an audible, calming breath. We call it Ujjayi breathing. So it emulates the sound of the ocean. Let's just hug our knees in. So you can either hold right here, you can kind of circle, massage the back. Let's just hold the back still, let the knees open and just circle. Rotate the thigh bones. So you're stretching out the inner thighs and just rotating those thigh bones, opening up the inner thighs and the groin. So let's just gently take one leg at a time up to the ceiling. And we'll just flex the feet as the leg goes up. You're going to engage the front of the thigh, stretching the back of the leg. So you can feel that opening up the back of the leg, engaging the front of the thigh. And just start to lengthen again each breath. Staying present with that Ujjayi breathing, sealing through the lips, breathing solely through the nose, back to the base of the throat. Let's just hug our knees in and open them up, stretch it out, and just circle. Increasing the elasticity through the joints, the muscles. Let's just roll to our right side. Come on up to seated position. And you're just going to cross the legs right in the front here, the feet. Sit as upright as possible. Doesn't that feel great? Let our shoulders drop. And let's just tuck our chin down. You're just going to roll the neck, ear to shoulder. So imagine your lower back is lifting up out of your hips. Let's just lift the torso, the neck up to neutral. We're going to rotate just our torso. So imagine space through each of your vertebrae, rooting down through your hips, maybe 2 or 3 times in each direction. And then you can just switch directions. From all that being seated through the day, just opening things up. And then coming up into neutral, let's drop our shoulders down. So broaden through the collarbones, shoulder blades down away from the neck. So this posture is so easy to maintain while you're seated, but as we stand and do more dynamic postures, it becomes a little bit more problematic. So just keep your attention on length and space through each of your vertebrae. And let's come to the hands and the knees. And we're just gonna take the wrists right under our shoulders. We're gonna spread our fingers nice and wide. Knees are right under our hips, and we're just gonna round our back like a mad cat would. Tuck our chin in, separate our shoulder blades, and then you're gonna reverse the motion. Belly drops, tailbone, top of the head are gonna lift. So you go through this as slow as you need. As the muscles that house the spine warm up, you're gonna feel that they just feel much more elastic, much more forgiving. You have increased range of motion. And the best part about yoga is you can do this anywhere. You can do this in the middle of a park. You can do this in your home, on vacation. There's no excuses to help your back feel better. A couple more. You should start to feel like that you've got a little deeper range here. So just go to neutral spine and take our left leg straight back. And just act as though someone's pulling that leg straight back behind you. Take the opposite hand out front and just reach as far as you can. And let's just extend. We're gonna go ahead and release and extend to the opposite side. And release. So let's get the breath with that. Inhale, reach, extend, grow your spine, and release to switch. So left hand out there, right leg straight back, neutral neck, and then just alternate. One breath, one motion. Reach and extend, and switch. So as you reach that leg back, engage the front of the thigh, reach the fingertips out. So even though we're working the arm and the leg, we're also warming that back. So many people complain of low back pain, and many times it's just a muscular balance. Maybe the back might be weak, the belly might be weak, but we're going to strengthen and stretch the muscles to create the ultimate muscular balance. We're just going to shift those hips on back into child's pose and rest. And just drop those hips back. So just a quick reminder, as we progress through these a little bit more dynamic postures, you just want to keep in mind not to force anything. Backing up, taking child's pose if it's too strong. There's always a modification. So resting and just kind of finding your way, authentically listening to your body and understanding your limits. So let's get started. Coming up to the hands and the knees, curl our toes. We're going to lift up and back and shift into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. So ideally here, feel free to bend your knees a little bit. You can drive the weight back toward the heels of your feet. And let's just shift it forward into plank. So for any reason, if this is too strong in your wrist or your shoulder, just take those knees down anytime that you need. Push it up and straight back. And draw forward into plank, heels backward, chest forward. Squeeze and lift. Feel that through your core. Push up and back. Let's start to walk our heels. One knee bends, one heel drops. And let's shift it forward into plank again. Squeeze and lift the belly. Draw the heels back as the chest moves forward. Squeeze and lift. Push it up and back. Walk our heels. One knee bends, one heel drops. Shift it forward into plank. Squeeze and lift. Shift up and back. So let's walk our feet to our hands. We're just going to go halfway up with the inhale. Lengthen, open up the heart, the chest. Exhale, fold. So with a flat back, those of you that are really new to class, just go ahead and bend your knees, protect your back, squeeze your belly and your thighs to stand it straight up. So we'll just bring the hands in toward the heart center. And we're going to go through Series A, Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, folding Uttanasana. Halfway up, long, flat back. Exhale, folding. We're going to stand right back up. Beginners, just take the hands on the hips. If you want a little stronger here, you can take the arms out. Up, hands to your heart center. So again, let's inhale, lift and look up. Exhale, folding Uttanasana. Halfway up, long, flat back. Exhale, folding. We're going to stand it right back up. Reach those arms, or beginners, feel free to keep them on your hips. Hands to your heart center. So we're going to go right through full Surya Namaskar A. So come to the front of your mat. And we're just going to inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding Uttanasana. Halfway up, long, flat back. Exhale, fold, push it into plank. Walk the feet back. So always the option of the knees on the ground, elbows into the body. Track the elbows to the wrists. Go forward and up. Another option, if you have back pain, you can come all the way to the ground and then just lengthen forward with your torso. You can also gently push up based on how you feel, never forcing a thing. Push it up and back. And let's just imagine someone's pulling your tailbone straight on back. And walk your feet up to her hands. And go halfway up, long, flat back. Fold with the exhale. Take it real slow. We're going to stand right back up. And bring the hands into your heart center. And inhale, lift, look up. Folding Uttanasana, forward bend. Halfway up, long, flat back. Exhale, fold. Push it back into plank. We're just going to walk the feet back. When you're ready, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Again, to your belly for my beginners. Elbows in, shoulder blades down. Feeling great through your back. Feel free to push up. Push it up and straight back. So let's just push those hips right on back. Get space through each vertebra. So we're just going to increase the volume of that loving voice within. Releasing negativity, anxiety, just letting it go. Choosing positivity, choosing light. Let's take our right leg up front. We're going to lower that back knee. So a couple options here. If you have any knee issues going on, or you just feel really tight, just lower the back knee. You could also fold your mat over for a little extra cushion here. The most important thing with the knee, right on top of our ankle, 90 degrees. Really lunge the hips forward. Of course, honoring if it's too tight, gentle, mild tension, never pain. So you can either support yourself here, you can reach up, or if you're feeling great, you feel really strong today, you're going to lift that knee and then just reach up. So eyes are either out front, which we call our drishti, or you can take them straight up. That's going to be a little more challenging, and that's okay to do that. Even if you're a beginner, you're feeling great, you're having a good day. You don't have wind in your favor like I do. Right now, reach out front, push it into place. Let's exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming down and up. Open up the heart, release the head. Push up and straight back. And just drive that weight back. Let the heels drop. Feel that in the entire back of your leg. Hello, calves. Let's take that left leg up front. You can either lower that back knee again. And remember that every leg is a little different. Every hip, knee is different. So you might feel great on one side and you might feel like you need a little more gentle on the other side. So you can absolutely fold the mat. You can stay folded. You can support yourself. Or you can go right on up. So eyes either right out front, or you can take it up toward the sky. Let's reach out front, push that right heel back, hands to the floor through your vinyasa. Again, always the option of dropping those knees, truly honoring where you are today. Push it up and straight back. So even though the hands are clearly working here, we're trying to push our weight to the heels of the feet. Really create space through each vertebra. Opening up the back of the leg. Let's just walk our feet up front to our hands. Halfway up, long flat back. Fold with the exhale. So strong legs, strong belly, flatten the back to stand it all the way up top. So look at that. Look what you've done so far. Probably feeling a little warm. So we're going to inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, fold to the floor. Let's go halfway up, long, flat back. So you can either hold right here. Maybe you need a block to raise the floor. You could hold your shins. So if you have any back pain here, let's bend our knees a little bit more. Try to open up through your collarbones. Make your back like a tabletop. So beginners, you might hang out here with your knees bent. You could put a cup of coffee right there. Level 2s, you want a little more action here. Arms outside. Really root through the floor with the feet. And that will be your quads, your glutes you're feeling here. Hands to your hips, coming all the way up. We're going to take our feet wide. It's going to feel fantastic. Reach up as tall as you can, and then gently open straight back. So if you can't arc your back, don't worry about it. Focus on the lift. So let's go straight up. We're going to take our feet together this time. Reach up, and then just go over to your right side. Even weight through both of your feet. Let's come back up. Reach up and over to your left. So focus on the lift. Even weight through both feet. Let's come center, release the arms. So as you're standing upright, that tailbone, gently tuck. Grow the crown, the top of the head, and drop your shoulders. Stretch out that neck. It never gets stretched unless we tell it to stretch, right? Drop those shoulders. Let's push our hips back to chair. Drive the weight back. Utkatasana. So just imagine your knees are in cement and they're shifting straight back. And you're going to fold to the floor, extend the legs, release the head. Halfway up, long, flat back. Exhale, folding. Let's take our right foot straight back into warrior one. Root the feet. Draw the torso straight up. And just gently lunge into that front knee. We're going to roll our right hip forward and pull our left hip back. So the back leg's going to act like an anchor, very strong. Even weight through both feet, which is not easy to do, but practice makes perfect. So you're going to lift that torso up, lunge it into warrior two. So ideally here, we want to get the front heel to line up with our back arch. Don't worry about it if you're not there. It's just a work in progress constantly. Safety with the knee on the ankle, never the toes. So ideally you've got a length of your leg between your feet. So let's lunge down, gaze straight forward. So we're just gonna stand straight on that front leg. You can absolutely use a block here to lift up. We're just gonna stand, your imaginary block is right here if you need that. And then we're just gonna flex that back foot and turn to open, stacking our shoulder blades. Now for any reason, if that's troublesome, just keep your gaze on the ground, maybe your block, but you want to keep that back leg just as active as our front leg. And then those that want a little bit more intensity, you can turn the gaze right, possibly to the sky or the ceiling, and maybe add the hand up. You can even turn, the eyes up to the ceiling. So let's lower that back leg. Reach and extend with the left, and then you can either place the hand on the thigh or you can wrap it back into the crease of the hip. Root those feet, Reach that torso, feel that hip stretch. And let's lunge into 2. So challenging yourself again. Think every time we challenge a leg, then we're gonna open it up. So we're creating that muscular balance with every posture that we do. And I find a lot of times people run into injuries and they just look back and they say, I forgot to stretch. So yoga is such a beautiful balance of stretching and strengthening. So let's fold into the ground, push into plank. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Push up and straight back. And just drive the weight back. Get longer through your spine. Let the head go. You take that right leg up front. Turn the back heel in. Come straight up. And then we're going to shift it right into Warrior Two. So lunging. So again, that knee right on the ankle. Real strong back thigh. Reaching. Let's stand on that front leg. Lift up. Flex the back foot. And then again, find your pose. Maybe you hold it on the ground, eyes fixed. Maybe you turn and you open. Maybe you take the eyes up to the ceiling, to the sky. Let's lower that back leg. Reverse warrior. Reach up with that right arm. Engage both sides. And the option to wrap that left hand back into the crease of the right hip. Lunge it into 2. Bringing the hands to the floor into plank. Going through your vinyasa. Push it up and straight back. Let's walk our feet to our hands. And we're just going to grab the elbows with opposite hands and just pull toward the floor. Be willing to bend the knees as much as you need to get that freedom through your back. If you feel stuck, you're somewhere here, let those knees bend. Feel that relax. You're going to hold here, or you can sway. Halfway up, long, flat back. Fold with the exhale. Take it real slow. We're going to stand it up, lead with the heart and the chest. Ground those feet through the earth, just like a tree blowing in the wind, just like me right now. Feet together, and just release the arms. Smooth it out. So this skill set that we learn through our yoga practice, it's just like in life. When life gets chaotic, the wind's blowing, things are crazy. Relate that with life when you're having a troublesome moment, to just come back to that breathing and get present as possible. Let's reach the arms up. Fold to the floor, Uttanasana. Halfway up, long, flat back. Fold to the floor, push it into plank. And come down and up, Chaturanga Dandasana. Push it up and straight back. So we shift forward to plank. Those of you that are challenged by this posture alone, just take the knees down to a couple deep breaths. Otherwise, let's lift. Maybe take the right leg up. Let's add a little challenge. Those of you that are willing, shift the chest forward, push the heels back. And let's switch legs. Draw the chest forward, heels back. Simultaneously squeeze and lift the front of the body. And let's take those knees down because we can. Lift the torso up. Get as tall as you can and open back. If possible, interlace your hands behind. We'll get long through the torso to fold. If you can't quite reach, maybe a towel or a strap here. And then just get long to fold. And then just release your arms and just get heavy there. So there's really, when you go into that child's pose, regardless of the level that you're in, just truly let yourself kind of soften from head to toe. Just feel heavy on the mat. All the troubles, the list of things to do, the anxiety swirling in the mind, just let that go for that moment. Let's come to our elbows. Lifting straight back, heels back, chest forward, and just squeeze and lift. Let the heels drop. And one more time. Let's shift it forward, heels back, chest forward, squeeze and lift. Okay, hips up, walk the feet forward. So if it sounds scary for you to take one arm up at a time, just drop your knees first and then take those hands up, the elbows up. Okay, into downward dog. Last little kick here. Let's take our right leg up front. Left knee is either on the ground like we did before. Absolutely can fold the mat. Or from here, you can lift the torso. Or you can fold and twist. So basic would be, I would definitely, if there's any lower back sensitivities, I would take the knee down just to see how your back's going to respond to that. And then you can lift the knee up. We're going to stack the shoulder blades. Maybe add an arm, only if your back allows. Remember, no pain here. That is not the philosophy we choose with yoga. Honoring ourselves. We're going to push into plank, through a vinyasa if you choose, or downward dog. Push up and back. Let's take that left leg up front. Option of lowering that bottom knee, supporting yourself here, or possibly going all the way up. And then we'll just turn, and you're going to turn into that front knee. So again, if you're unsure, always start with the knee on the ground, stack the shoulder blades. Fold to the floor, push it back through your vinyasa. Forward to plank, lower the left knee. You're just going to turn to your right. Get your wrist right under your shoulder, knee under your hip. Keep it as simple here as you need. You can lower the foot. You could lift the leg, maybe the arm as well. And then let's just switch the sides. Arm balance. Downward dog. So into our hip openers, which you've all been waiting for. We're going to take a couple options here. You can either roll that knee out to the side, but if you're looking at a clock, 12 o'clock, right under your nose, right about 2 to 3 o'clock with that knee. And we're just going to square the hips so you really have even weight through both of your hips. The tendency is to kind of lean in the hip. You want to do the opposite of that. Really pulling all those muscles of the hip that create havoc in our low back. So this is a posture you want to do a lot of if you do experience any back pain. So if this feels like it's a little too gentle, you could always fold. And the goal here is to just truly relax as much as possible. Now, there are times where that knee has had some problems.